Hello, everyone, and welcome. We are so excited to be here sharing our stories tonight. All of these lovely ladies that are on here with me tonight are from Canada. I'm the only one in the US, which is kind of fun. I would love to hear where you guys are from. Drop that in the comments. Where are you guys tuning in from? Are there more Canadians watching? Let me know. Sherry was just telling me that she was tanning in the snow today. So I am very amazed by my Canadian friends. But we are so excited tonight to share our stories of thriving with Plexus. So if you're hopping on, what you're going to hear is our complete stories. So half the time we're sharing our health journeys and what the products have done for us, and the other times we're sharing the business. And tonight we really wanted to bring them together because it's really the complete package that has changed our family's lives or is in the process of doing that. And with everything going on right now and the different situations people find themselves in, we've seen that so many people, and we're so grateful to have something to offer to fit both of these needs that are a big need right now. So thank you so much for joining us. We're going to hop right into it. And I'm going to pass it over to Esther. Esther, can you share a little bit of your back history? I know you've recently had some major changes and how you are thriving with Plexus.
Absolutely. Well, first off, I'm going to say I'm super nervous. And 3 years ago, prior to Plexus, there's not a chance I'd be doing something like this. So that's a testimony in itself. I was introduced to Plexus 3 years ago. And it was a friend that I really trusted, and she was kind of crunchy minded. And when she brought it up, I was willing to take a look at it. And I originally jumped on board for weight loss. I kind of thought if I addressed that, everything else would get better. And in a way, I was right. At the time, I was struggling a lot with just those feelings of overwhelm, anxious thoughts that would often leave me. My moods would definitely go with that. And could be angry. And it was just really hard to be a mom of four and homeschooling and be so unstable, to put it that way. And that was one of the first things that I started to notice with consistently taking their products, that just the clouds kind of lifted and I was just overall more optimistic. And I went from very much a no mom to beginning to say yes. And like I've always wanted to be with my kids, but so quickly I would be overwhelmed. And so quickly I just couldn't see my way through it. And I started to see my way through. And it was, I had other issues, hormones that were very unbalanced, which obviously exacerbated all those feelings. I struggled with IBS since I was a kid. I remember school field trips and that bus ride with all your peers and no bathroom. It was terrifying. I skipped lots of stuff. And that just started to get better and better. I was a couple months in, and this is where the accidental business started, because my husband said, "You can't quit." He was getting his wife back and my kids were getting their mom back, and I was gaining confidence and boldness. And I was able to start sharing because it helped me so much. And I started sharing because I saw so many out there that needed help. And that's where it kind of started. At that time, we were ranching, dream for our farm or have a ranch and live that life with like our family close. And we had it. Little did we know that things would change. My husband to the ministry to study full-time as a student. And that was right around that time that got stronger as Plexus began to bring in an income as I was sharing, and they were getting results, and I was getting more bold and sharing with more people, and they were getting results. My income grew as well. And we realized that this was the answer to those financial burdens, that how are we going to do this? How is my husband going to study full time? And so many the prayers were answered in one thing in Plexus. It's grown me as a person. I was a really shy introvert. I am not kidding when I said I would not have done this 3 years ago. And it's just, yeah, grown me personally, and it's healed. It's given my kids their mom back. My husband, continue to lose is that just starts to heal. And Vital Biome, when I added that in, I started before Vital Biome was around. It was a couple months into, and that just heightened helping me with those feelings and the anxiousness and all that. It just for products, and I'm just so thankful that Plexus found me. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing, Esther. That's an amazing story. You were cutting in and out a little bit, so I'm just gonna fill in because there were a few words that were missing for people. And you just told me your story, so I know I'm saying this right. You guys were full-time ranchers, and then your husband was called to seminary school. And yeah. So this business is blessing you guys with that income while he's in seminary school. That is amazing. And then be that mom to your kids again. There's so many women in our team, so many people saying, I didn't recognize myself, or I thought I was just a mean, cranky mom, or, I had a short fuse or was anxious and had those issues until they started using these products and found help in that area. So I love that you're speaking to that tonight, because I think so many people can relate and deeply desire for hope in that area. So thank you so much, Esther. Thank you for sharing. Okay, I want you to drop in the comments if anything that Esther said resonates with you, if that was your story. Did you have a similar experience? If you're already using these products, tell us in the comments below. How did it make you a better parent? And with that, I am going to move over to Sherry, my sun tanning Canadian friend in snow.
Well, there wasn't actually snow, so I wasn't quite that crazy.
I was picturing mountains of snow and you there in a lawn chair.
So my name is Sherry Harbage, and I'm very excited to share with you guys my story. Thank you, Esther, for sharing. I love your story, and I love each of the stories of the ladies on here. My friend Samantha, we've known each other since I think she was 4 and I was 6. Charlotte over here, I think you'll see her on the screen over here. She's my neighbor. And Esther, she lives in BC, which is in the province right beside us. And she was actually ranching in kind of close to the area my husband grew up. Anyway, that's just fun stuff. So Wes and we were working as ranch hands when Plexus found us. My husband was dealing with the tick-borne illness that was making it so he was having a hard time getting through the winter days, which if you're on a ranch, you know that those are the days you're just feeding the cows. It's a short day, it's the easy season. And so I was like, I don't know how he's going to make it through spring when calving starts. And so when my friend was sharing about Plexus, she was a tincture making kind of a mom. So I understood that she understood health, and I could trust her in that we were on the same page. Anyway, so I called her up and I was like, can you tell me about these products? Because I saw that they were helping other people that were dealing with similar stuff that Wes was dealing with. And so she told me about it, and I told Wes, and we were very excited. We just got right into it and got right started. I also saw that it was helping my friend financially, which for me, I came in for everything that Plexus had. We were living paycheck to paycheck. We were living the lifestyle that we wanted, but we knew it wasn't going to be long term. I knew I needed to have a business of some kind to get it so that we could have something for the future. And with this, when this came in, I was like, I've never seen such a smart business plan. Like, I'm a mom of 2 kids now, or I was then. Now I'm a mom of 4. So I've had 2 kids during that time. We've moved. It's moved with us. I don't have to haul around stuff. It's just online. And I can talk to people. They can go online and buy stuff. I don't have to have stuff on hand to buy. So it was very easy for us to get into, which is what we needed because we didn't have piles of money to invest into any sort of business. Anyway, so we got started on the products, and I got pregnant with my third baby at that time. And that's when I fell in love with the products, because mom life is so much better with these products. My husband's story, well, his health is drastically changed. He's basically done a whole 180. So I have my husband back. And now we're at this place where we're looking for land. We're looking for that place that we dreamt of when we first got married, because, well, when we first got married, I was like, I have no idea how we're ever going to be able to have a place of our own, because land is so expensive and the price is always going up. And to actually be looking at land and actually be at that place now, I feel extremely blessed. So that's why I want to share with you that this is a real opportunity for you, if that's what you're looking for.
Thank you, Sherry. I love how Esther shared about her kids getting their mom back, and then you were able to share about you getting your husband back and your kids getting your dad back and that person that he wants to be. Just the blessing that is there for families in that is amazing. Okay, so before our next story, I want to share our income disclosure chart, because a lot of people, you'll hear us say it's helping with this, it's helping with bills, it's helping us dream. And I want to show you what that means on the income side. So this is a quick chart for you to take a look at. Over on the left is the full yearly incomes. This is the last one we had come out. And then we've broken them down there for you to see monthly incomes. So when Esther was speaking, she is a senior gold. Sherry is an emerald, living on a ranch with 4 kids. And you're going to hear some other people tonight. I'm blessed to be a diamond, and we have a senior ruby and a ruby. So I just want you to take a look at this and tell me in the comments, what would you do if you had extra income? What would your dreams be? Just dream a little bit big tonight. We've all started where we didn't know that we were going to be blessed in this way. We were just looking to feel better. And then this occurred with it, and we're so grateful for that. So with that, I'm going to pass it over to Samantha, and I'm so excited to hear from you.
Yeah. Hey. All right. I am so excited. I could tell you all sorts of fun things about my life, but we're going to dive right into my story because we want to keep this short for you guys. So to kind of paint you a picture, 5 years ago, just over 5 years ago, I got to a place where I was sleeping 18 hours a day, at least, and still exhausted. And so I was finishing up my last semester of college, and I would literally plan my last semester around my sleep schedule. So I'd sleep for a day and go to school for a day, and sleep for a day and go to school for a day, and all semester. And with that too, I was catching every single bug that would go around. Like clockwork, every 2 weeks, I would just be getting over the last one because they were never little small bugs, and I get another one. And my classmates are like, you showed up to class today. And then the next day I wouldn't be there again. And so with that too, I got to a place where like I was like all over the place and like bawling my eyes out on my boyfriend, and he's great. He wasn't the issue. And like girl issues that I'd never experienced before, and all sorts of not fun stuff. And my doctor told me to sleep more and to stress less, which is kind of hard when you have 6 classes and you're going into the corporate world. And so that was like the big stuff. But then there was the normal stuff, and we all have those like normal things that you just have to like suck up and deal with, right? And so for me, those things were, since I was little all the way through into my adult years, I struggled with like my skin, and my skin, it would just like implode with blemishes forever. And I was on multiple things for it, and it wouldn't go away. And other things, like, again, since I was a little girl, if I didn't eat breakfast, as soon as I woke up in the mornings, and I tried to shower first, I'd wake up on the floor of the shower. And that was super not fun. Just gonna throw that out there. I also woke up in some other places, which was not ideal. And then to kind of go along with that, I also, as a kid, crawled up on the counters and would eat sugar cubes by the handful. And as an adult, that just turned into Costco-sized bags of chocolate chips, which we all know chocolate is lovely, but Costco-sized bags are probably not what we should be going for. And then the last kind of thing that I was just thought that it was something that I had to deal with, and that was my love for horses. And I grew up on a ranch, and anytime I went out to my horses, if a hair landed on my skin, or if the wind was blowing the wrong way and I breathed them in, or even if it was blowing the right way and I was just having a bad day, my eyes would start watering and my nose would start running, and I'd break out all over and I'd be done. Even to the point, and it kept getting worse as I got older. And it got to the point where even going to indoor arenas to watch my friends ride their horses or going to watch a rodeo, I couldn't do it. I'd have to stand, even though if I had like the good seats, I'd have to stand at the back or by the door. And that was super not fun because that's a huge passion of mine. And that's what I grew up with. I had 25 horses, but I couldn't touch them. And so those are the normal things for me. Anyway, so then my beautiful friend Sherry, who I grew up with, and she shared Plexus with me. And 5 years later, I'm here and I have my smile back, and I can thrive on normal amounts of sleep, and I only catch the odd bug and they're not near as bad. And I'm not #crazy anymore. And it's good. And the changes have come over time and it's been incredible. And about 4 years in, I noticed that I could be around my horses again, and I can be in indoor arenas and it doesn't feel like a heavy blanket is sitting on my chest as soon as I walk into there. And that really was huge for me. And now I went into the corporate world and I worked, and I worked like 90 hours of overtime a month and dealt with, toxic workplace environments and all of that fun stuff. And now I get to build financial freedom for myself and residual income, and I get to do it with people I love. Sherry and I used to dream and ask Sherry what she wanted to do when she grew up, and she's like, I want to be a mom. And I'm like, that's great, but how can I work with her? And I never in a million years dreamed that it would be such an incredible blessing that I get to work with her. I think we have more fun than work, but yeah. So that's just like a little bit of my story, and I'm so excited for what's to come.
I love that. Thank you, Samantha. My story is so similar with the allergies, and I'll share that later, but I can completely relate. And just that feeling of being able to live the life you love and want and not have to be locked indoors. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for sharing that. So before we go to our next story, someone asked in the comments, what are these products? Like, how would you sum them up? These are gut health supporting. Everything starts in the gut. One of the people asked me, how can you have testimonies from so many different areas and arenas and topics? Well, our body is meant to work together. You can't just address one thing. That's kind of putting a Band-Aid on a bullet hole, like they say, if you have a skin issue and you're using something topical. Well, those things they start on the inside, and everything really comes back to gut health, blood sugar balance, like Samantha was mentioning, inflammation. This is all internal and happening together. So our products really work to get to those root causes of a lot of these issues that arise and address those instead of just treating a symptom. We reach the root cause, and that's what they work to do. So I hope that sums it up for you. And with that, I am so excited to hear Charla's story because I've never heard it in full. So take it away, Charla.
Hey everyone, I'm so excited to be on this call with all these awesome women tonight. And we're just so excited to be here sharing with you because this is something that has changed our lives so deeply. Like, it's hard for me to sum up my story because like Samantha, it's touched every area of my life so much and changed everything about it. Like I can't think of a single area of my life that Plexus hasn't impacted for the better. And I never would have thought that something that could bring so much good to our family could be wrapped up in a network marketing pink drink opportunity. I had my nose in the air of my friend Sherry after 5 years of dealing with intense health issues. I'm a mom of 8 kiddos, and I'm 24 weeks pregnant with baby number 9. And we live in Southern Alberta, and my husband has his own construction business. And we are entrepreneurs at heart and love living in the country and growing our own food, and have horses, and our kids love to do all sorts of fun things outside, and we homeschool. And I would be labeled as one of those crunchy mom ladies, um, even though I kind of resented that term for a long time, but now I've just embraced it and I own it. And I'm a crunchy mom. I love fixing healthy meals and cooking everything from scratch and soaking grains and grinding all of our own grain and all the things. My daughter is 12 and she makes sourdough bread. She just learned how to do that this last month. That would blow your mind. She's like starting to sell it to the neighborhood because it's so good. It's pretty awesome. Anyways, so I was just at a place in my life when Sherry shared with me. I've been researching health since I was very young. My mom gave me even a folder of papers of me doing all this research of nutritional facts and stuff when I was about 8 years old. And I really got hardcore into studying nutrition and all that stuff when I was in high school, did lots of papers. And so I've always had a passion for health. I've always had a passion for helping people feel their best and for getting back to medicine the way that God designed it to be. He created so many amazing things for us to be healed with. And I'm super passionate about that and always have been. So the crazy part is when my health started crashing as a mother due to stress and not sleeping and having babies back to back, and also carrying chronic health issues into motherhood that I didn't really know that I had because I had been suffering since I was a child. And when you've suffered all your life, you don't really know what normal is. And that's what blew my mind coming into Plexus is how many people just, they don't really know what it feels like to feel normal because they've dealt with health issues all their life. Well, that was me. So I had brain fog and bad fatigue and pain in my legs and my feet since I was about 8 years old. That's as far back as I could remember having it. And then as I had kids, all of that stuff just started getting amplified by a lot. Every baby, it just seemed to multiply more and more and more. And then we had a bunch of really crazy, stressful events. My health crashed through the floor to rock bottom with when I was newly pregnant with baby number 4. And we spent the next 5 years doing every protocol, every homeopathy, every herbal treatment, every diet cutout that we could think of to get ourselves healthy again. The other thing I didn't realize was not normal was it wasn't normal to have weaned kids that never slept through the night and were crying all the time and moody and struggled with learning things and putting cause and effect together. I just thought that was normal because that's all I knew. And so when Sherry told me about Plexus, I was in the thick of the thickest amount of protocols and research up to my eyeballs. And I looked at her funny and I'm like, you're trying to tell me that a pink drink from a network marketing company is going to change my life? And she got all that from the look. I didn't say any of that, but we both still remember the look I gave her. And, but the crazy part is about 6 months after that, I was at such a desperate place after trying all the things and doctoring our kids 8 different times a day and myself for a year and a half straight. And I was kind of out of options. So I called up my friend Sherry and I was like, actually my husband did. Sherry sent me a couple stories of mothers like me who had come up from the depths of despair, and they actually made me cry because even though I was so skeptical, there was something in me that just wanted something to be hopeful for, something to, because here I was living my dream life and I hated it because I was so sick. I couldn't enjoy it. I spent so many days of the week in bed. And if I wasn't in bed, I was trying to direct children and the day from the couch and just feeling so frustrated. And if anybody knows me, I'm a list crosser offer. I'm the go get them, do all the things because I just love it. And I couldn't do anything. And so that really, not to mention the health issues, I was in lots of just depression and darkness and frustration with my life because it had been so long, like years and years of that. Yeah, so my husband called Cherry up and we got hooked up, and I was like pretty sure I was going to prove to my friend that it didn't work for me. And I was just so humbled that I was so wrong. And within 2 weeks, I was feeling like a different person. And I know everybody's story is not that fast, but I know that God miraculously, in his mercy, allowed me to get really quick results. I was in my first trimester with baby number 6 when I started the products and was crashing through the floor again so hard when I started the products. And within 2 weeks, I was hardly having any pain in my legs and my feet. And I didn't think I would ever experience that in my life. I could actually feel the brain fog going away, which was crazy. I didn't even realize how bad my brain fog was until it started going away. I started sleeping great at night. I had energy like I had not had in years and years and years. My mood changed almost overnight, you guys, which was such a miracle because I wanted to die every night when I went to sleep. I prayed that somehow I didn't have to wake up to my life the next day because my suffering was just off the charts. So to just have a better mood almost overnight was just such a miracle. And yeah, I don't know how to sum it up other than it just touched every facet of our lives. Our kids, after 3 months of being on some of the products, they started sleeping through the night for the first time in over 7 years. My husband and I looked at each other, we're like, we're actually sleeping. Did we die and go to heaven? And so that was really a miracle. And then their mood started changing too, and they started doing better at school and just all sorts of things. It met the dream of my heart to be able to make money from home as a homeschool mom and at least pay for us to be healthy. But we far exceeded that. And I'm just so excited about that. And my dream has always been able to be able to do something with my husband and be able to be together as a family more and to go help people whenever we feel called to help people or whatever. We would love to start a women's ministry and kind of like a rescue home for women who really need help. Someday that's on the dream list. So, and it's just amazing to be able to dream again and have those dreams a possibility, like an actual reality on the table versus just something that, oh, that'd be super cool to do, but that's never going to happen. So it's touched our ability to be able to dream and function better as a family and work on projects on our house with the extra money for now and invest in our place. It's grown me as a person. I am not the same person I was. I have found so many incredible tools and people in Plexus that have completely changed who I am and the way that I think and given me the leadership skills that I always dreamt to have, but I'm still learning them. And that's the cool part. We're always still learning, but we get to learn together. And that's been a real gift as a mother to be able to have those prayers answered. How can I grow as a person to be a better mother and a better mentor and a better person? And yeah, I just never in a million years thought I would find all that wrapped in this fun little package. And it's just been such a blessing. And I love the fact that I get to pass that on to other women like me who are in the dumps or the depths of despair or just struggling a lot and give them hope and reach out and love on them and say, hey, this might be an answer for you. And we can do this together. And it's really great. I'm just so thankful for that.
That is amazing. I don't know how to even follow up after that story and just the details and where you were, and we could all really feel that. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And the comments are blowing up of just amazement and also alignment of having felt that way as well, and what they found through Plexus. So thank you, Charla. And I still can't believe that you're about to have your 9th baby because you look amazing. But okay, so really quickly to end this out, my story is so similar in that I was doing so many things for my health. I had terrible seasonal allergies. I've had them since I was a kid. And as a teenager, I went on a journey to try to heal myself because I was taking 5 different medications and 2 different steroids. I couldn't go outdoors. I would go on walks and have to hold my arms open because my breathing was so labored. It was horrible. All summer and spring and fall, I was just on the couch, miserable. And I told my mom, I can never have kids. How am I gonna have kids? And I loved animals too, just like Samantha. We have a mini cow farm here, and it's always been my love. And I told her, how am I gonna have children drugged up and basically sleeping all the time and miserable? So I really tried. I did all the things, worked with naturopath doctors. I went on a raw diet for over a year. We got goats so I could drink raw goat milk. Like, we went extreme. And that was in the coast of California where I grew up. And then I moved to the backwoods of Tennessee when I got married. And it went to a whole new level of miserable. The pollen count here, our cars turn yellow in the spring because of the pollen. And it was just insane. I was miserable. So when my friend told me about this pink drink, Plexus Slim, comes in a little pack, and dump it in your water, shake it up and drink it. And these probiotics, I thought, no way. The stuff I do is too disgusting for that to work. I was almost angry about it. Like, I'm doing all this really horrible, nasty stuff and juicing and not eating anything I enjoyed because I had such bad gut issues too. I couldn't have chicken. I couldn't have cabbage. I couldn't have coconut, like all these things. And you're going to tell me it's going to help. But because I was nice, I'm a nice friend, and she took me to an event like this in person, and I heard stories that gave me hope. So I ordered the products, and my husband was also the one who said, you cannot go off of that. He noticed the change in me quicker than I did in myself. And so my friend told me, I know you're loving these products and you could also earn an income from home. And at the time I was baking bread at a bakery. I was selling chicken eggs off my back porch. I was cleaning houses. I was cooking for neighbors, all these things to try to earn a little bit of extra income for our budget because we were a very young couple and my husband worked incredibly hard. And, we always heard, I'm sure what everyone else hears all the time is we don't have enough money for that. Maybe one day when we're retired or we don't have time, we have jobs to do. Like, that was always what I heard. And I'm such a dreamer. I felt like this is what adulthood is, just taxes and bills and never any time. I was very disenchanted. So when she told me that I could earn a little bit of income, my goal was $100. I wanted to earn $100 a month by sharing these products with a few people that were helping me. Well, I far surpassed that. I told my mom, my mother-in-law, my cousin, they all ordered. 7 years later now, they're all still using and loving the products for their own issues. And it just kept transferring. That hope kept transferring from that I gained from my friend sharing, telling my mom telling her friends. And about 3 years later, I was able to retire my husband, and we bought property and built a house and have started a farm here. And I homeschool 3 kids and am able to run this business just by doing this, transferring hope of stories. And our business, our income, the disclosure chart you saw, these stories you've heard are built on results and testimonies. That the income that we earn is built from someone's life being changed and them being thankful for that. And I think we can all attest to that being our favorite thing about being in Plexus, that it didn't stop at us. we were able to pass on that renewed life and being, and even if it's just not being constipated anymore, right? We were able to pass that on, and bloated, we were able to pass that on to other people and other families. So if you are thinking about testing out these products, we hope that we encourage you tonight. If you want to get your toes wet a little bit, we have these amazing 3-day challenge boxes. This 3-day box comes with 3 packs of 4 different products for you to test out for 3 days. Now, you're not gonna, get these incredible life-changing results in 3 days, obviously, but you're gonna get to taste it, see what it's like to put it in your day, whether it's something that you want to put into your program, and get a feel for it. And these boxes come with a $20 off coupon for when you do decide to order your first pack of products. So we absolutely love these and encourage everyone to give those a try. So thank you so much for being on tonight, ladies. Thank you for sharing your stories, Sherry, Samantha, Esther, Charla. I wish you guys could see the comments. I can see them. I wish you could see them. They're blowing up of people just so thankful for you guys sharing tonight. So thank you for being on with us, everyone. And we hopefully will see you in our groups and testing out these products and hear your story someday. All right. Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.